Today's Toy Spot, we are having a look at the Hasbro Marvel Legends series Build-A-Figure Red Skull Mercenaries of Mayhem Taskmaster. Included with Taskmaster, he comes with an alternate Taskmaster. There we go. Taskmaster, there's a tongue twister for you. Comes with an alternate head, comes with a beam saber of some sort, a shield, and of course the head for the Red Onslaught or Red Skull. Side of the package shows you Taskmaster on the one side, and the other side is the ever popular, I was going to make some joke about Sylvester Stallone, but there is also the Demolition Man. On the back, powered by disguise and mimicry, the villains may not be original, but they are deadly. Other figures that we've already had a look at, well, that's not fair, because it starts with Captain America. We haven't looked at Captain America yet. But there is also Mockingbird, there is Carter, there is Whirlwind, there is Cottonmouth, there is Demolition Man, and Taskmaster. Collect all these figures, all 7 figures, and you can build yourself the Red Skull. Spot's going to take a break and get this opened up. When we come back, though, we're going to get a better look at the Mercenaries of Mayhem Taskmaster. Said it right that time. Stay tuned, guys. There's more heading your way. Don't go anywhere. Okay, might as well get the first thing out of the way, and that is the Build-A-Figure piece that comes included with Taskmaster, and that is the skull of Red Skull. This is also the new sculpt of a Red Skull, and I gotta say, it turned out quite nice. The only downside, though, is the socket that holds, well, 2 things. The socket that holds the Red Skull's head on or the Onslaught body is, it's a larger ball joint socket. The head is also extremely large, so if you were thinking that you could simply add it to a suited Marvel Legends figure, sadly it's too big. It just kind of flops around like a bobblehead, so kind of wish it was a little bit smaller, or at least the socket was a little bit smaller. Could have maybe done a couple of different things, just scaled the head down a little bit so that you could have swapped it out. Sadly, that is not the case. Let's reach off camera to the body here of Red Skull, and it's won't lie to you, it's a little difficult to get the head into place because the back collar plate piece of the torso restricts your hand from actually getting in there and pegging into place. And I might actually have to just kind of apply a little bit of extra monkey grease to get that actually on there. But that's kind of what you got going on so far. It's going to look a lot different, of course, well, not so much different, but when we add the shell to the back, and again, Spot will fix the head there. But in the meantime, we've got almost a finished Red Skull. Let's put that to the side. Okay, speaking of alternate heads, Taskmaster comes with actually 2 different heads. One is, you know what, this one kind of looks like, kind of reminds me of Casey Jones. A little bit like Casey Jones' Shredder. And then this one kind of reminds me of like a more cybernetic Skeletor. You can go ahead and take the head off. And the one thing to be aware of, just be careful pulling the head off because this is a soft rubbery plastic. You don't actually want to rip that off because it's pegged into the back of the skull. Then go ahead and add the alternate head. It's really a matter of preference. Coloring wise, this head I think kind of gels better with the torso than this head. There's not enough of this white on the body, and just really by the design of the character, there's not really a lot of white on there, that it looks separate, whereas this kind of looks like it comes together a little bit better. I think I kind of prefer this head, to be fair, more better. I think I prefer this head just a little bit better than this head, but I think this kind of goes better with the body. And you know, actually, while we're at it, let's get a close look at this head. I think I'm going to switch it back. This head has the sculpted fabric hood. And again, like facially, it kind of looks like a Casey Jones. Kind of looks like a Shredder a little bit. There's yellow in the eyes. The graded slots of the mouth area there. It's kind of like a metallic silver, which actually goes perfectly with the silver on the sleeves, on the arms, and of course the silver on the legs. And then the coloring is almost more like a bluish gray, or gray-based blue. That makes it the majority of the torso. That again goes perfectly with this face. I say face, but the mouth plate. Okay, so there's that head. Don't get too overly attached to it because Spot probably will change it back. You know what, I think I will. Pop the head back off, like that, and revisit the original head that we had a look at. And I'm trying my best not to... The fact that the fabric, there we go, is just so loose around it. It's hard to kind of get a good grip of it because I didn't want to add any stress to the face here. But as you can see, it's very rubbery, very pliable. I like the face better than this face, but again, this face I think looks better with the body. As for his body, I think it turned out quite well. Because it's using silver plastic, it tends to be where you see more like gradient kind of textured variations on the plastic. Kind of like gold plastic used to have that problem too. Luckily they don't use as much gold plastic because it was prone to being brittle. This isn't brittle by any stretch of the imagination, but it does look like it's kind of got like a gradient of different texture and paint variations to it. Not deliberate maybe, but the end result looks actually pretty good. He comes with a shield. Shield is not bad, just mostly that same blue color, although now with the additional silver on the outside, a silver on the inner rim, the inner circular ring there, and then you've got yellow. The yellow actually is not bleeding as much as I expected it to be. It actually turned out pretty good. It's got the arm clip on the one side that you can attach it to Taskmaster's hand. There we go. Nice secure fit. Or what you can also do too is take the clip and swing it around to the side, revealing the peg. And like very similar to Captain America, you can attach the shield to the back of Taskmaster as well. The other accessory that he comes with is kind of like this beam saber. Not quite Gundam, but a beam saber that he can hold in his hand. It's surprisingly a very broad-ended saber or blade. Very broad in the end that you have to apply a little bit of pressure, a little extra oomph to get that into Taskmaster's hand. The end result though, it looks nice. It's a figure I really like. It's not maybe my favorite from this wave, but it's up there. He's got all the little pockets going on there as well, a little belt buckle there. He's got a couple of holsters with non-removable blasters, so you can't take the pistols out of his hand, sadly. Let's take the shield off. A little bit more secure than I was expecting. There we go. And some of the deco on the back. No QC issues per se until I drop it. No QC issues necessarily. I like the extra silver that they've outlined on the white. The white isn't as white as I would hope. I would hope it would be a little more white to this. That it doesn't... I think you see more of some of the blue kind of peeking through there. Other than that, a small gripe to be made. Take the beam saber out of his hand. And in the way of Taskmaster's posability, his head is on a ball joint, as to be expected. It also has a hinge, as to be expected. Shoulders hinge out, although a little clickety on there, bringing those out. Rotate all the way around. The holsters kind of obstruct a bit of the movement on the arms, not to the point where the arms can't move, but they do butt up against the arm motion, at least bringing the arms closer to the torso. Swivel point in the bicep. He has a double hinged in the elbow. Rotation and hinge in the hand. When you get to the torso has the crunch. He also has a swivel point in the waist. Ball joint legs, thank goodness for that. Swivel in the top cut of the thigh, thank goodness for that. I don't know why I'm Spot saying thank goodness for everything. Double hinge in the knee. And finally, a really nice pivot and hinge in the foot. This figure does a lot of things right. I don't have a lot of glaring QC issues with the figure, certainly not to the level that Cottonmouth had. This figure does kind of do everything very well. I think I actually like this one more than I like Demolition Man. The alternate head is just a matter of preference. You can go either or. I kind of feel like I want to gravitate a little bit more towards this one than this one, but both choices are very nice indeed. Yeah, happy with the figure. I think he turned out quite well. Today's toy spot, we were having a look at the Marvel Legends Marvel series of the Red Skull. We're looking today at the second last figure from this wave, Taskmaster. Stay tuned, guys. Spot's got one more video heading your way, and that's Captain America / Cap Wolf. You'll be coming right around the corner. Thanks for watching as you always do. I'll see you next time.